basically what are you going to study in this chapter. Okay, you are going to study all the operators, how this language basically runs. In today's class we are just going to see the explanation. What I'm going to give you today is not there in the textbook. Okay, it is not there in the textbook. Like you may have, but the explanation is not there. So if you understand the basics, I'm going to start from scratch. Okay, I'm taking everything from scratch. कि आपको जैसे टेक्स्ट बुक में डायरेक्टली वेरिएबल से स्टार्ट हो जाता है. ओके, directly you have something known as compilers, but you don't know what is compilers. Okay, you don't know how it converts basically the language. So today we are just going to see the basics, and you understand each and everything very thoroughly. ओके, एंड आई डोंट टीच टेक्स्ट बुक के हिसाब से. आई डोंट टीच कि अगर टेक्स्ट बुक में फर्स्ट टॉपिक ये दिया है सो मैं फर्स्ट टॉपिक बोलूंगी, टेक्स्ट बुक में सेकंड टॉपिक ये दिया है तो मैं बोलूंगी. नो, आई डोंट टीच लाइक दैट. आई विल कवर एवरीथिंग, बट आई विल टेक माय पेस, माय स्टाइल ऑफ टीचिंग. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, why the term C++, why this 2++ is there, that we will see when we study operators. Okay, now when I say C, initially there was a language known as C, and then the next version came of C with the new improvement known as C++. Okay, so there is no language in between named as C+. No, there is no language like this. Directly C came, then C++, and then C# is there. So C# is not there in your portion also. So C and then C++. What we are going to study is C++. If you pursue your engineering in computers, you have C language in first year engineering. For first year engineering, you have this language C. So the syntaxes of writing is different in C. Like यहाँ पे C out है तो यहाँ पे printf है, यहाँ पे C in है तो यहाँ पे scanf है. Okay, so only one or two words change, one or two keywords change, one or two operators change. Rest the language remains the same. Okay, as it is a new version. Okay, so obviously it will be having new keywords of writing it. Okay, so we are not going to study C, we are studying C++. Okay, so now C++, first of all, let us understand the working of the software and where do you stand in the software. That means what are you? Okay, you are client or you are the coder. When you become a client and when you become the coder, that we will see. Okay, now first of all, everyone knows that there is something known as higher compiler in C++. Now every language, let it be my HTML, let it be my C++, or let it be my Visual Basic, every language in my computer has something known as compiler. Until and unless the program gets compiled, okay, until and unless the program gets compiled, okay, you don't get the desired output basically. Okay, now what does this compiler do? First we will understand that whatever we write in the computer is HLL. HLL stands for higher level language. HLL stands for higher level language. And what my computer understands is my MLL. That is machine level language. Okay, and then whatever output you get, okay, whatever output you get, that output you get again in higher level language, right? So basically this HLL, suppose agar मैंने कुछ दिया है 2+2, okay, so that 2+2 is my higher level language. That 2+2 gets converted into MLL, that is my machine level language. Whatever the conversion of 2+2 is, and then the output comes as HLL. That means the answer comes as 4. Even if I write a very simple statement saying that enter the marks of 2 subjects, okay, again that statement, okay, that statement through some operators get converted into machine level language, okay, and then when you read the numbers, whatever 2 values the user is entering, the machine reads it, and then you get the desired output as my higher level language. Okay, so basically converting from higher level language to machine level language and from machine level language to higher level language is done by my compiler. So we always say that every language has some syntaxes, has some syntax, has some way. हर एक का तरीका है बोलने का, हर एक का तरीका है लिखने का. Like in Hindi I say आप कैसे हो, okay? In English I say how are you, okay? In Gujarati I may say केम छो. So the meaning remains the same. How are you? आप कैसे हो, okay? But the way of writing, the way of speaking, the way of understanding is different. Correct? Same ways, all my computer languages also, the concept remains the same. 2 plus 2 will always remain 4 only. 2 plus 2 C++ में 4 होगा और 2 plus 2 C++ HTML में 5 होगा नहीं. The addition remains the same, but the way of explaining to the compiler, the way of giving it to the CPU is different in any language. So if you study one language, that is अगर आपको C++ आता है या any other language you know, it becomes easy for you to study other languages because the meaning remains the same, only the syntaxes changes. Okay, so compiler is the mediator between the user, that means the final output, and the coder. Here you are the coder. Okay, so basically compiler does the job of converting. Now, even if there is an error in the program, that means there is, suppose there is some syntax like double colon is there, okay, double quotes is there, semicolon is there, cout is there, okay. How does the compiler check whether whatever you have written is right or wrong? जो भी आपने syntaxes दिए हैं, जो भी आपका जो आपके errors हैं या error नहीं है program में, how does the compiler check? The compiler checks with something known as library. Okay, understand this small concepts very thoroughly. Okay, compiler checks with something known as library. Now what is this library? What do I mean by library? Library क्या है? Okay, library is nothing but all the syntaxes are somewhere stored, all the keywords are somewhere stored. Like whenever you download any game, okay, आप जब कोई भी गेम अपने मोबाइल पे डाउनलोड करते हैं, अगर आप उसका बैकअप देखेंगे तो उसके लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स भी डाउनलोड होते हैं. Until and unless the library files are not there, क्यों हम गेम को डाउनलोड करते हैं? जब हम उसको डाउनलोड करते हैं, क्यों उसको few seconds लगते हैं? क्योंकि जब भी हम वो गेम खेलते हैं, whenever we play that game has some library functions with it. कि जब यूजर ने यहाँ पे क्लिक किया, जब यूजर ने ऐसे किया तो ऐसे होना चाहिए, ऐसा किया तो ऐसा होना चाहिए. So that library keywords library files we download, okay, and through that backup files, my front end game, whichever game you are playing, that game gets played. Okay, जैसे कि अगर आज गेम का अगर हम एग्जांपल नहीं ले, अगर आज हम कोई एक सॉफ्टवेयर भी डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं, तो उस सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ उसका लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स भी डाउनलोड होता है, बिकॉज वॉट एवर कमांड्स यू गिव आर चेक्ड विद द लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स. It goes and checks with the library files, and then because I say that compiler checks my syntaxes and errors. कंपाइलर चेक्स माय सिंटैक्स, कंपाइलर देखता है कि मैंने प्रोग्राम को सही लिखा है कि गलत लिखा है, वेरी ट्रू, बट फ्रॉम वेयर विल इट चेक, कहां से चेक करेगा, इट चेक्स थ्रू लाइब्रेरी. Okay, now library में, now library is also known as pre-processor directives, because whenever you write a program, okay, understand this, listen to this very carefully, whenever you write any program you have to first open the library. बिकॉज सी, अगर आज आप एक नॉर्मल लाइब्रेरी में भी जाते हो, अपने आप 10th स्टैंडर्ड में अपने स्कूल की लाइब्रेरी में भी गए हो, ओके, सो लाइब्रेरी में जनरली क्या होता है, सब बुक्स ऐसे मिक्स नहीं रखी होती है. ओके, सपोज इफ यू वांट टू रीड एनी नॉवेल इन द लाइब्रेरी, सो नॉवेल का एक अलग से सेक्शन होगा. if you want to study something related to environment, so environment का अलग से एक section होता है, right? if you want to study related to English, so आपके English का एक अलग से section होता है. so different sections are made in the library. Same ways in your software also, in your C++ software also, in library you have different libraries. like एक तो एक common library होती है, वो क्या है library वो हम लोग देखेंगे बाद में, जो common वाली library है. one you have is of math, that is math करके एक library है जिसमें आप other than plus minus multiplication division sin cos tan, अगर आपको कुछ additional mathematical operations करने हैं, so you have math.h. graphics, अगर आपको square draw करना है, आपको circle draw करना है through your programming, so अगर आपको circle draw करना है, so you need to have x and y coordinates. अगर आपको square draw करना है, so you need to have x and y coordinates of the output screen, कि ये x कोऑर्डिनेट पे, ये y कोऑर्डिनेट पे ये डॉट होगा और यहाँ से एक लाइन खींची जाएगी, वो लाइन ये x और ये y कोऑर्डिनेट्स तक होनी चाहिए. सो ऑल दैट इज डन इन graphics.h. so different operations and different library files, but as of now we are going to just study the basics के library क्या है. okay, so whenever you start writing any program, all the library files has to be opened first. जब भी आप कोई प्रोग्राम लिखते हैं, सो उस प्रोग्राम में आपको लाइब्रेरी फाइल हमेशा फर्स्ट लाइन में ओपन करना है. बिकॉज अगर आप फर्स्ट लाइन में ओपन नहीं करेंगे और आप नीचे आपका प्रोग्राम लिखते जाएंगे, एंड कंपाइलर विल कंपाइल द प्रोग्राम लाइन बाय लाइन, वो लाइन बाय लाइन प्रोग्राम चेक करेगा. सो अगर मेरे लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स ओपन ही नहीं है तो वो चेक किससे करेगा? So that's the reason that library files in my program has to be written very first. First line में मेरा library files होगा, and then I will start writing the program. So that is why my library files are also known as pre-processor directives, because whenever a program starts, the directive, the program is directed and it opens the library. And whichever library file you want to open. Okay, so there is a statement of saying how to open a library file. We will see that, but we are just learning the concept today. So library is also known as pre-processor directives. Why? Because before starting any program, we first direct our program towards the library so that the compiler checks, is able to check. ऐसा नहीं, सपोज अगर मैं बोल रही हूँ कि कंपाइलर लाइन बाय लाइन अगर प्रोग्राम चेक कर रहा है और अगर मैं लाइब्रेरी फाइल लास्ट में ओपन कर रही हूँ, तो वो चेक कैसे करेगा? वो फर्स्ट लाइन में एरर देगा कि लाइब्रेरी फाइल नॉट ओपन. सो फ्रॉम वेयर विल इट चेक? इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट. ओके, सो library files are also known as pre-processor directives. It is also known as header file. Now, can anyone tell me, can anyone have their logic, and can anyone tell me why it is known as header file? Why it is also known as header file? Header, आपका हेड कहाँ पे है? सबसे ऊपर है, राइट?
पूरे कोड के स्टार्टिंग में लिखते हैं सबसे ऊपर, इसलिए.
वेरी गुड, बिकॉज हम स्टार्टिंग में लिखते हैं उसको, प्रोग्राम के स्टार्टिंग में लिखते हैं. That is why it is also known as header files. It is also known as header files. Okay, so whenever I write any program, the first line what I write is I open my library files and then I start writing the program, and then the program gets compiled by the compiler. That means it converts my higher level language to machine level language, and from machine level language to higher level language. I'll just give you a small example. Don't ask me कि मैम ये अपने इस statement का मतलब क्या है. We will study that also, but I'm just writing a statement to make it more clear. Suppose मैंने ये मेरा नाम लिखा है Cout Anjana. Okay, this is the way you display anything, so that we will see. Okay, मैंने ये मेरा नाम लिखा है now, और इसके ऊपर मैंने ये हेडर फाइल ओपन किया है. ओके, यहाँ पे मैंने मेरा एक ये लाइब्रेरी फाइल ओपन किया है. now by chance I forget this Cout का मैंने C में भूल गई. okay, Cout का I forget the alphabet C. now what will happen while compiling the program, मेरा कंपाइलर जाएगा, लाइब्रेरी फाइल ओपन किया, जैसे ही उसने ये कीवर्ड देखा वो लाइब्रेरी में जाएगा, लाइब्रेरी में देखेगा अरे लाइब्रेरी में तो सी आउट है, सी है, लाइक सी आउट, ये अल्फाबेट सी है, पर ये मैडम ने यहाँ पे सी तो लिखा ही नहीं है. इट विल डायरेक्टली गिव मी एन एरर. इट विल देन एंड देयर गिव मी एन एरर के this is not getting matched with the library file. So that means there is an error in the program. So suppose I write here C, मैंने यहाँ पे semicolon नहीं लिखा. Okay, and the compiler is reading, and then it says अरे the statement is not stopped. Okay, इसको terminated बोलते हैं, but अभी as it is the first class, so I'm just using the word stop. अरे the sentence is not stopped. It is not matching with the library, because when I'm switching to the next statement, okay, when I'm switching to the next statement, I need a semicolon. अरे बाप रे. So it will go in the library, it will check, it is not matching, it will give me the error. And if suppose I have written everything, okay, it matches with the library, everything is there, so it gives me the output. So output will be Anjana AACS. So compiler basically checks your program with the library files. Compiler basically checks your programs with the library files. Okay, basically जब भी आपका प्रोसेसिंग होता है, now you know what this processing we have studied in algorithms, we have studied in flowchart also. Processing किसको बोलते हैं? Wherever we do calculation, like we do m is equal to a plus b plus c, or we are doing s is equal to m divided by 3 marks of 3 subjects wala, if we are calculating area of circle. So all those calculation part is not matched with the library files, because वो अपने program में लिखा. So that all we will see later, but अभी के लिए we are focusing only on two concepts, compiler and library. So सबको समझा है कि compiler क्या है और library. Okay. Now header file का जो extension है, okay, header file का जो extension है is .h. Okay. Now what is extension? कोई मुझे बता सकता है, आप जब भी कोई एक word file open करते हैं, whenever you open any word file, तो उसका extension क्या होता है? Suppose वो word file का नाम है XYZ. So what is the extension?
XYZ dot doc document.
राइट. अगर आप कोई मीडिया फाइल ओपन करते हैं, जनरली आपने देखा है, हम हमारे जो भी लेक्चर्स होते हैं, जो भी हम अपलोड करते हैं, वो .mp4 होते हैं, राइट. सो दैट इज द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर फाइल. हम जो भी आपको फाइल भेजते हैं, लेट इट बी टाइम टेबल, लेट इट बी योर एग्जाम टाइम टेबल, वी सेंड इट थ्रू .pdf. दैट इज pdf इज द एक्सटेंशन. एक्सेल फाइल का एक्सटेंशन है .xls. okay, so extension is there, so that is known as extension. okay, जो स्टूडेंट्स को एक्सटेंशन नहीं पता है उन लोगों के लिए आएगा. सो वैसे ही आप कोई भी हेडर फाइल अगर ओपन करते हैं, सो उसका एक्सटेंशन है .h. okay, उसका extension है .h. Clear with this? So we will write a very simple program. Okay, we will write a very simple program first and check. But before that, you need to. I hope everyone is clear with the compiler and this. So whenever you write a program, okay, whenever you write a program, always your program first gets compiled. After the compilation, after there is no errors, then only you get the final output. If there is any error, so the compiler throws you the error that इस line पे ये error है, okay, and then you correct those error. Again you compile the program and then you get the final output. So basically directly you write the input and then you get the output. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, your program first gets compiled. So C++ में जो भी फाइल्स का एक्सटेंशन है, ओके, जो फाइल्स का एक्सटेंशन है इज .css. जैसे कि सपोज मैंने ये मैंने ये प्रोग्राम लिखा. अभी हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्लास में मैं आपको बताऊंगी. अभी जस्ट मैंने यहाँ पे एक अगर प्रोग्राम लिखा, ये प्रोग्राम को अगर मुझे फाइल सॉरी इट्स CPP. अगर मुझे ये प्रोग्राम को सेव करना है एज अंजना, ये प्रोग्राम का फाइल मुझे अंजना रखना है, तो इट विल बी अंजना .cpp. ओके, CPP C++. ओके, सो CPP करके सेव होता है. फाइनल स्टेज पे यहाँ पे आके CPP होता है. अदरवाइज जब आप यहाँ से यहाँ पे जब मेरा कंपाइल होता है प्रोग्राम, इट गेट्स इनटू exe फाइल. Okay, so that is not there, like you need not concentrate so much on that, but the final file what you save it as .cpp file. Okay, so I'll start with a simple statement. Whenever you want to display anything, okay, whenever you want to display anything, like say for an example, we did a program of asking the user to enter two numbers, correct? Okay, or I want to a simple thing, I want to display that today is Friday. Okay, I want to display a very simple statement. So always remember, whenever you want to display anything, okay, whenever you want to display anything in the output screen, whenever you want to display anything in the output screen, you have cout. You write the word cout. Okay, then you use the insertion operator. Okay, you use the insertion operator. Now this is known as operators करके अलग से आपको एक टॉपिक भी है. ओके, बट अभी मुझे ये आपको पढ़ाना है, मुझे लगेगा, इसलिए आई एम यूजिंग इट नाउ. दिस ऑपरेटर इज नोन एज इंसर्शन ऑपरेटर. Okay, whenever you want to insert anything in the output screen, you write cout. You use double quotes and you write, suppose I write over here, today is Friday. Okay, I write a very simple statement. So whatever is written in this double quotes, okay, whatever is written in this double quotes is printed, is shown in the output screen as it is. That means ये जो है, अगर आपने यहाँ पे फ्राइडे की स्पेलिंग गलत भी लिखी दी है ना, अगर आपने FRY भी लिख दिया ना, या आपने यहाँ पे टुडे के स्पेलिंग भी गलत लिख दिया ना, या अगर आपने यहाँ पे कोई कैलकुलेशन वाला भी गलत लिख दिया ना पार्ट, अगर आपने प्लस को माइनस लिख दिया, आपने मल्टी कुछ भी आपने लिख दिया ना, यहाँ पे आपने प्लस कर दिया, नो प्रॉब्लम, because as it is written in double quotes, it prints the statement in the output screen as it is. It does not check. The compiler does not check. It just prints. Okay. So today is Friday आया and semicolon will come. Now what is this semicolon used for? Sorry. what is this semicolon used for?
Ma'am, it's
Semicolon
to separate things.
to separate.
Like for example, if we have like 2 or 3 colors, so then red, green, blue, so then we separate them by a comma or a semicolon.
No. Semicolon in C++ is used to terminate a statement. Cout is basically used to terminate a statement. That means आप whenever you want to move to the next statement, obviously आपके प्रोग्राम में सिर्फ एक ही स्टेटमेंट नहीं होगा. ओके अगर आपके 2-3 स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, नाउ यू नो एल्गोरिथम फ्लोचार्ट आपने किया है, 2-3 स्टेटमेंट्स हैं. ओके सो एट दैट टाइम एवरी स्टेटमेंट needs to be terminated with the help of semicolon. So semicolon is used to terminate a statement. Very simple. Okay, so अगर जैसे आपके स्टेटमेंट्स थे, एंटर द मार्क्स ऑफ 3 सब्जेक्ट्स, इफ यू रिमेंबर आपने लिखा था डिस्प्ले टोटल. सो जब आप टोटल को डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं, ओके या फिर जब आपने लिखा था you had written a simple statement as enter 2 numbers. So वो मैसेज आपको यूजर को जब आप डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं, so at that time you use this. You write cout insertion operator, today is Friday, and you the double quotes या enter 2 numbers अगर आपने यहाँ लिखा है, and then you put a semicolon. Okay, so this is how you write a very simple statement in C++. Clear with this? Okay. So I'll just write down a simple program for you, and I will explain you each and every line in detail to you. Okay. So basically, just remember this, that this is an insertion operator. Cout is used to display anything in the output screen. Then you put the insertion operator. You put double quotes and semicolon. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, now if you have to write second statement after this, then after semicolon we will directly write the second sentence, or we have to write again
after
cout.
second, suppose ये semi, मैं भी वो आपको एक एग्जांपल करवाती हूँ. आपको एक एग्जांपल अभी करवाती हूँ,
okay.
तो आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. ओके वैसे भी मुझे पूरा पार्ट मिलेगा. ओके सो क्लियर विद दिस. सो नाउ whenever you start a program, okay, I said that you always include header files. So whenever you want to include any header file, okay, whenever you want to include any header file, the first file, the very basic file, what you always include is #include. Now this is a syntax of including the header file. That means opening. When you write this statement, that means the file is opened. That particular library file is opened. So you write #include. Okay, that's the keyword. #include iostream.h. Now .h, you know that .h is the extension for calling any header file. Okay. Now iostream stands for input output stream. So all the basic operations, all the basic operators, all the basic statements are stored in this library file as iostream.h. So this file you always by default compulsorily you have to include in your program. So the first statement what you include in the header file, as from here the program starts, you write #include iostream.h. Okay, and iostream के आजू बाजू में less than greater than sign you have. Okay, now void main. Okay, now what is void main? Void main is a built-in function which is used, and it is like the body of the whole program. Okay, now what sorry, what is user defined function, what are built-in functions, that everything we will see later. But as of now, you just remember this thing, that you have something known as void main, and void main is the function which is the body, and whatever you write inside this is your program. Whatever you write inside this is your program. So जैसे मुझे लिखना था कि cout today is Friday, we had seen. So I'll simply write over here cout insertion operator double colon Friday लिखा मैंने. Okay, and semicolon. Okay, and then I write, suppose मुझे next statement लिखना है, कोई एक स्टूडेंट ने पूछा था मैम अगर मुझे next statement लिखना है, no problem, I'll write see out, it's a sunny day. So these two other statements what I have written. So semicolon is used to terminate a statement. That means the statement is terminated, the statement is ended, and a new statement has started. And the compiler, that means there is no error. And then you press some buttons like Alt F9 is used to compiling. Okay, that all we will see. Actually, I will show you. Okay. In 2-3 lectures you will just learn the theory part, and then online only I am going to teach you the software. तो आप ये घर पे भी practice कर सकते हैं. Okay, so don't think कि हमारा practical नहीं हुआ तो हम ये topic का practical कैसे करेंगे, ये तो पूरा practicals है. Okay, so practical के पहले first आपको theory आना चाहिए. If you understand the theory part, then only you can do the practical. Okay, so theory you understand it. Understand, and after 4 to 5 lectures we will jump with the practicals, and I will actually practically show you each and every statement कि semicolon नहीं डाला तो क्या error आएगा, ये नहीं डाला तो क्या error आएगा, everything we will see. Okay, so मैंने Friday लिखा, semicolon दिया, so output में it will be Friday and sunny day. ओके, नाउ यू विल से मैम आपने यहाँ पे फ्राइडे और सनी डे तो एक ही लाइन में लिखा है, और यहाँ पे तो ये दो अलग अलग स्टेटमेंट है, बट ये दो अलग अलग स्टेटमेंट के बीच में मैंने कहीं पे भी कंपाइलर को कमांड नहीं दिया है that the sunny day word has to come in the next line. I have not given that command to my compiler. So each and every command has to be given to the compiler. Then only the compiler is going to execute that particular word, keyword, that particular statement, and then give me the output. So whatever input you give, whatever input you give, okay, that only output you will get. जब तक आप यहाँ पे ब्रेक नहीं देंगे, आप कंपाइलर को बोलेंगे नहीं that you have to move to the next line, the compiler is not going to move to the next line. जैसे आपको नॉर्मल वर्ड में भी, ओके, MS वर्ड, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड में भी, if you are writing your name, okay, अगर आप लिख रहे हो अंजना राधेश्याम अग्रवाल, so you write अंजना, you give space, तो वो स्पेस ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं आता है, आप स्पेस की प्रेस करते हो तो स्पेस आता है. वैसे ही जब आपको फ्राइडे और सनी डे, फ्राइडे के बाद यू प्रेस एंटर, then it moves to the next line and then you write sunny day. So same ways over here, as a coder I have not given command to move to the next line, so that is why it is not moving to the next line, and output में मुझे एक ही आएगा. Next line पे देने का command we will study later. Okay, so this is a simple program. I'm giving you 2 minutes. If you want, you can write it down. Otherwise, the recording is all. Okay, very simple program we have written. We have first included the header file. Then we have written the body of the program in void main. We will see void main later. And here I have written some statement. Cout, I have explained to you that cout is basically used to give any output to the user. Output show करने के लिए. Then you have an insertion operator, and then whatever you write inside this double quotes is printed as it is, and then you put a semicolon, and semicolon is used to terminate a statement. Okay. So now we will move one step ahead. This was a simple program. Now we will study what are variables. Study this carefully. Variables. What are variables? For an example, if I अभी हमने काफी प्रोग्राम्स हम लोग कर चुके हैं एल्गोरिथम एंड फ्लोचार्ट में. So जब मैं बोलती हूँ x is equal to 10, okay, when I say x is equal to 10, over here 10 is the value and x is the variable. X is known as variable. Okay, x is known as variable and 10 is known as the value. So variables are nothing but which the definition I would say the definition of variable is that it stores the value, it holds the value, it has the value in it. Okay, that is variable. Now variable, there are certain rules of writing a variable. Okay, variable में आप generally there are 4 rules. The first rule is that it should always start with an alphabet, which we are doing it. X is an alphabet. X1, you can also write X1. Okay, जैसे हमने M1, M2, M3 किया marks में, if you remember, so you can write M1 is equal to 10, M2 is equal to 20, M3 is equal to 30. You can write, okay, as it is starting from an alphabet. Okay, and you can, but you cannot write 1m is equal to 10 because the first rule says that it should always start with an alphabet. So alphabet मेरा ये alphabet नहीं है, ये मेरा number है. Okay, so this is incorrect and this is correct. Okay, and it should not have any special characters, like you cannot have m@1 is equal to 10. You cannot have that. m@1 is equal to 10. @ is a special character. You cannot have minus 1 is equal to 10. So this is again minus sign. It is a special character. You cannot have m.1 is equal to 10. But again a special character. So all these special characters cannot be used. Okay, and your variable can be 255 characters. You can go up to 255 characters. That means this is just one character. You can write like this also. Anjana is equal to 20. Jay is equal to 30. Shardul is equal to 5. It's absolutely fine. You can also write Shardul 1, 2, 3 is equal to 40. It's absolutely fine. Okay, because my rule says that first it has to start with a character and numbers भी होंगे तो चलेगा. Okay, but it should not have any special characters. Okay, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. तो ऐसे आप 255 characters तक का variable, एक variable आप लिख सकते हैं. Okay, it can have 255 characters. Okay, so that is the rules of variables that we can read. Now there is something known as, okay, this x is equal to 10 is very different from capital X is equal to 10. This is case sensitive. Okay, this a is equal to b plus c is very different from a is equal to b plus c. This is case sensitive. Okay, एक student ने पूछा था मुझे कि मैम is C++ case sensitive? When it comes to variables, it is case sensitive. This A is very different from this A. This आपने सोचा चलो मैं यहाँ पे capital B लिख दिया. Okay, so this is very different. This B is very different from this B. Okay, so it is case sensitive. Variables are case sensitive. Now there is something known as data type. Now we are studying something new known as data type. Okay, now data type is nothing but behavior of any variable. Now what do you mean by behavior of any variable? Okay, now basically data types are 3. The basic 3 data types we are studying: int, float and char. Okay, int, float and char. When I say int, int stores integer numbers. It stores integers. Okay, from 0 to infinite it can store integer numbers. Float, it stores decimal numbers. Float has all decimal numbers, and char is having character. Okay, so when I say int m1 is equal to 20, that means this m1 is behaving as an integer. Is behaving as an integer in the memory, and int occupies 2 bytes of memory space. Int has 2 bytes of memory space. Float has 4 bytes of memory space. Float takes 4 bytes of memory space, and char has 1 byte of memory space. That means if I declare any variable as integer, that means it is taking 2 bytes in the memory. When I declare any variable integer, that means it is taking 2 bytes in the memory. If I declare this variable as float, then how many bytes is this occupying in the memory? Can anyone tell me?
4 bytes.
Sorry?
4 bytes.
4 bytes.
4 bytes. Simple logic. Okay? So integer has 2 bytes, float is having 4 bytes, character is having 1 byte. So when I say that this M1 is behaving as a float, that means in the memory, the value of M1 is 20.0. When I say 20, कोई स्टूडेंट को मार्क्स दिया मैंने, M1 is 20.5. So that means M1 का वैल्यू is 20.5. ओके, सो यहाँ पे आप इसको फ्लोट डिक्लेयर करेंगे. अगर आपने इसको इंट डिक्लेयर किया, इज दिस करेक्ट? इज दिस करेक्ट?
No,
No, ma'am.
नो. व्हाई?
because it carries
It's a decimal number, so we should declare it as float.
Yes, as it is a float number, as it is a decimal number, I have to give its data type as float. Okay. Now, at times it happens कि आपने सिर्फ x is equal to 10 लिख दिया जल्दी में. आपने सिर्फ x लिख दिया. So by default it takes integer. By default it takes integer. ओके, सपोज आपने ऐसा लिखा है int a is equal to 3.5. int a is equal to 3.5. so at that time a is equal to 3.5, तो मेमोरी में वो सिर्फ 3 ही लेगा, वो ये 0.5 नहीं लेगा, वो मेमोरी में 3 ही लेगा. Why? Because it has declared as integer and integer has 2 bytes and integer stores only integer value. So basically every variable has its behavior, that how it is going to behave in the memory. How it is going to behave in the memory. So data type tells me the behavior. Whether the integer is behaving as, whether the variable is behaving as integer, or the variable is behaving as float, or the variable is behaving as character or character. Okay. So I can have like this also. Okay, see, again we will do the marks wala program. Okay, marks wale program mein you can declare marks as this also, integer, int abc kiya aapne, but total you can do it as integer. But can average be declared as integer?
No.
Can average be declared? Why? Why no? Why average cannot be declared as integer?
मैम जरूरी नहीं है ना,
Average
डिवीजन
can-
हमेशा इंटीजर होगा.
Yes, because जब भी मैं calculate करूंगी, जब भी मैं divide कर रही हूँ, divide by 3, maybe my total is in such a manner that the answer may come in my average. Oh, sorry, my answer may come in float. Whenever you calculate area of circle, at that time, maybe your radius, you can declare r as integer. Okay, but you will always आपका पाई का वैल्यू हमेशा 3.14 रहता है, तो आपको इसको तो फ्लोट ही बोलना पड़ेगा. और जो भी आप कैलकुलेट करोगे वॉट एवर द आंसर इज, मेरा तो फॉर्मूला में भी तो लोचा है मेरा, a इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई आर या पाई आर स्क्वायर, क्या है इसका फॉर्मूला, पाई आर 2 पाई आर, 2 पाई आर, so 2 into pi into r, right? So obvious है that a will also be declared as float only. Why? Because when you calculate, the answer is going to come in float. So you have to use your brain कि अगर ये आंसर मेरा फ्लोट में आएगा या मेरा, तो मुझे कौन से वेरिएबल को इंटीजर बोलना है और कौन से वेरिएबल को मुझे फ्लोट बोलना है. And integer take 2 bytes and float takes 4 bytes. Okay, so that is the concept behind a variable and data type. One thing I'm using again and again, I'm using a word known as declare. I am using a word known as declare. Now, what do you mean by this term declare? There are two terms which will be used every now and then. जब आपका प्रोग्राम में कोई एरर भी आएगा, ओके, कोई एरर भी आएगा, तो declare and define. Declare and define will be the two words which will be coming again and again. आपको जब एरर आ रहा है तो भी शायद आपको आएगा कि वेरिएबल नॉट डिक्लेयर्ड, वेरिएबल नॉट डिफाइंड. तो यू शुड नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डिक्लेयर एंड डिफाइन. Okay, the very basic thing. What do you mean by the term declare? First of all, let me tell you, whatever values or whatever variables you are using in the program, in the whole program, आप जो भी चीज यूज कर रहे हैं, ओके, कोई भी नंबर हो या जैसे जब आप कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं या आप कोई वैल्यू आपको शो करना है, ओके, एट दैट टाइम whatever values you are using, whatever variables you are using, it has to be first said it to the compiler that I am going to use this variables. आप डायरेक्टली नहीं लिख सकते हैं a is equal to 2 into pi into r. Okay, so you need to always declare the variable. So when I say int x, this is known as declare. That means, in short, declare में you just tell to the compiler that I am going to use this variable x and x will be working in the whole program. X will be working in the whole program as an integer and it will occupy 2 bytes. That is known as declare. And when I say x is equal to 10, this is known as defining. This is known as defining. Say for an example, अगर मैंने यहाँ पे 2 into pi into r किया है, ठीक है? We are just using this example. We are using this. मैंने यहाँ पे int r किया है और अब इस प्रोग्राम में मुझे सबसे बड़ा एरर आएगा कि r not defined. अगर मैं ये प्रोग्राम लिखूँ ना, इसमें मुझे एरर आएगा r not defined. Why r not defined? Because r is declared. मैंने कंपाइलर को बोला है कि I am going to use this r, but I have not given the value of r. Let it be I give the value of r, or I take it from the user. Any like whatever it is. But I have not declared the value of I have not defined the value of r over here. So the error will be r not defined. R not defined. अगर मैंने यहाँ पे r छोड़ दिया, यहाँ पे लिखा ही नहीं मैंने, और यहाँ पे मैंने कैलकुलेशन में लिख दिया a is equal to 2 into pi into r, तो मुझे एरर क्या आएगा? Anyone?
नॉट डिफाइंड करके आएगा, नॉट डिक्लेयर्ड करके.
Not r not declared and defined. क्योंकि मैंने r को ना ही डिक्लेयर किया है यहाँ पे और ना ही मैंने उसको कहीं पे डिफाइन किया है कि r का वैल्यू ये है. So that's the difference between declare and define. So declare means you tell the compiler that I am going to use all these variables and this is the memory space which I will be occupying. And defining is when you give that particular variable any value. Okay, value means कोई आप उसको नंबर देते हैं या उसको कोई x, जो भी आप उसको अगर आपने उसको कैरेक्टर char डिक्लेयर किया है, so अगर आप उसको कोई एक अल्फाबेट भी दे रहे हैं, so that is known as defining. Okay, so that's the difference between declare and define. Again and again I'm saying you, जब आप प्रोग्राम रन करेंगे तो जो आपको एरर्स आते हैं ना, यू शुड बी एबल टू रीड द एरर्स. रीड द एरर्स किसको बोलते हैं? ओके, आपको एरर समझना है. आप एरर कब समझेंगे? जब आपको ये कंसेप्ट आएंगे तब. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपको डिक्लेयर एंड डिफाइन के बीच में डिफरेंस ही नहीं पता है और आपको एरर में आ गया कि आर नॉट डिक्लेयर्ड एंड डिफाइंड, तो what like and dumb you will say, if you don't understand the basics you will say, अरे यार मैंने R लिखा तो है फॉर्मूला में, ये क्या एरर दे रहा है, ये क्या एरर दे रहा है. और यही अगर आपको यहाँ पे एरर आया कि R नॉट डिफाइंड, सो यू विल गेट टू नो, अरे हाँ यार मैंने R डिक्लेयर कर दिया, मैंने इसको डिफाइन का मतलब है मैंने उसको वैल्यू नहीं दिया. Okay, so you need to know all these very thoroughly in your mind. This small concepts कि ये क्या है, ये हमको int क्यों डिक्लेयर करना है, हमको उसको वेरिएबल को, डेटा टाइप क्या होता है, डेटा टाइप किसको बोलते हैं, क्यों हम डेटा टाइप देते हैं, क्योंकि हर एक का स्टोरेज अलग अलग है, क्यों हम डिक्लेयर करते हैं, क्यों हम डिफाइन करते हैं. नाउ व्हेन यू स्टडी सी, ओके, व्हेन यू स्टडी द लैंग्वेज सी, ये आपको इंजीनियरिंग में फर्स्ट ईयर में आएगा. व्हेन यू स्टडी द लैंग्वेज सी, एट दैट टाइम in that language, in C language, declare and define are done in two different steps, like I have done over here. Int x or x is equal to 10. So declare एक statement में हो रहा है, define दूसरे statement में हो रहा है. But C++ has an advantage where you can declare and define in the same line. Over here, I am declaring and defining in the same line. यहाँ पे मैंने डिक्लेयर भी किया है इन टेक्स्ट और डिफाइन भी किया है. सो ये वाला आपके सी में है. ये तो मैंने आपको चलो डिक्लेयर और डिफाइन के बीच में अलग अलग डिफरेंस बताने के लिए भी मुझे ये करना था, बट ये आपको सी में है. और C++ में एडवांटेज ये है, जो न्यू वर्जन है, कि उसमें आप डिक्लेयर और डिफाइन एक ही लाइन में कर सकते हो. इन टेक्स्ट इज इक्वल टू 10. Clear with this? What is declare and define, what is variable, what is data type, like, and what are the different types of data type, what is its storage capacity, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 1 byte, and how do you declare a variable. We will see in programming, but first you need to study this, you need to know this, and then the application we are going to do in the programs. ये पहले आपको छोटा, ये मैंने आपको प्रोग्राम का छोटा छोटा, सो हमने ये छोटा छोटा पार्ट्स कर लिया है कि डेटा टाइप क्या होता है, सी आउट क्या होता है, डिक्लेयर डिफाइन क्या होता है, वेरिएबल्स क्या होता है, कैसे हम लिखते हैं. ओके, ये हमने छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स कर लिए हैं और इसका एप्लीकेशन अभी हम एक पूरे प्रोग्राम में करेंगे. इसी सब पार्ट्स को ज्वाइन करके हम एक प्रोग्राम बना देंगे. सिंपल. ओके, so everyone is thorough with it. I am giving you 5 minutes time. Just if anyone who wants to write it, anyone who wants. Okay, now I have written a header file. Okay, I have written void main. This everyone knows. Int p is equal to 10. That also everyone knows. Now I am just showing you the difference of how to display the value. Okay, how to display the value. Now in the output, I am in the output screen. Okay, this is my input and this is my output. In output screen, it will be, मेरे मेमोरी में पता चल गया, this is the first step. In the memory it is gone that p का वैल्यू 10 है मैडम का. So it says C out, the value of p is, the value of p is p.
10 लिख कर आएगा.
यहाँ पे प्रिंट करना है the value of p is 10. ओके, बट यहाँ पे आ रहा है the value of p is p, और p मैंने डबल कोट्स में लिखा है, तो वो वैल्यू ऑफ p is p आएगा. बट अगर मुझे ये वैल्यू ये 10 प्रिंट करना है, I don't write this in double quotes. I don't write this in double quotes. I write only the alphabet p. So when I write p without the double quotes, it fetches the value. It fetches the value from the memory. That means वो memory में p मैंने यहाँ पे first step में already लिखा है, तो वो मुझे p is equal to 10 यहाँ, तो the value of p is 10 देगा. If I write over here t, will the program run fast?
No,
Will
ma'am. No, ma'am, because it is not declared and defined. T is not.
the program will not run because t is not declared and defined. So every variable has to be declared and defined properly. That means अगर मैंने double quotes में दिया है, so it's fine. Double quotes में दिया है, so double quote says it will print the value as it is, and if I have not written in double quote, so it will fetch the value. That means to make it more clear to the students, अगर मैंने यहाँ पे cout p लिखा है, so in the output it will give me 10 without the double quotes. Okay, that means it will fetch. अगर मैंने इसको double quotes में लिख दिया, so double quotes तो बोलता है कि as it is print करना है, so it will print p. Okay, now if I change it, मैंने p यहाँ पे किया, print p is equal to 20. Again, it will show me the error in first step. Why? Because as it is running line by line, line after line it is running. So ये first line में it will start fetching, it will start searching the value of p. But in this line, in the memory, there is no value of p. The value of p is getting stored in the memory in the next line. But I have displayed it before only, so it will not read. Okay, so first the value have to be declared. Okay, and then it has to be printed.